your perspective, again, Coach Chot has shared with us, autonomy, mastery, and purpose, right? How does your platform support that thought process for organizations to really motivate and get to the core of every individual in the organization in this time with all the distance?
Yeah, and I think this is great to hear that the bit that you spoke about, right, Coach, around autonomy, mastery, purpose. In fact, just to give you a bit of a sense, and Coach, you would see this, right? What the engine in our platform essentially builds out is the process of giving feedback is not looking at the data. So if you remember earlier talking about the regular runner, the marathoner, or the lazy guy like me, the ability to understand what motivates. So what our engine does, Nathalie, and Coach, you spoke about this. It tries to understand how do you build autonomy in each individual employee in a team. So in one case, in one of our customers where we deployed this, they found out that they always believe, leadership believed, oh, my team's very competitive. They need to compete with each other, and that's what makes them more productive. What they really found out was 70% of a team, and this is a global team, multiple countries where they sit, mastery was the thing that they were the most interested in. So if you tell an individual, hey, you know what, you are not the best in the team, but you've got better than where you were last week or last month or last quarter, and that's what most of the team was looking for. So where the platform comes in is, since it understands the motivational workplace persona of each individual, whether it's a manager or a team member, it uses that information to get to pass on this feedback in a more personalized way, and which is what makes people more productive. So think of a voice process which is now being run remotely, instead of being told you've not made so many calls, or so if Nathalie, you, Coach, and I are part of the same team, we are the same level of productivity, right? Today, what teams have is it'll tell them saying, look, you're at 60%. That's all, right? You're at 60, you got 40 more to go. Whereas what the engine understands is, Coach is driven by mastery, you're driven by competition, I'm driven by teamwork, as an example, right? The way it coaches or guides each one of us will be to you, Nathalie, it will say, hey, you know what? You are behind 3 people in your team, in your colleagues. If you do ABC activity, you'll get better than them. To me, if I'm driven by mastery, it will tell me saying, hey, Anant, last week at this point, you were 5% lesser, 5% more productive than you are today. If you do these 3 activities, you'll get better than where you were last week. To Coach, if he's driven by teamwork, it'll say your team is not doing well. Do these next 5 calls well so that you help your team to get better. So to answer your question, it's what Coach you said, it's about building autonomy in the individual. And the only way you can do that is by personalizing the feedback. Just by using data is just data, right? This is just MIS. So our tool, essentially, our engine, acts like the personal motivational coach for each of the associates and for the managers also, and saying, hey, Coach, if he's your and my manager, it'll tell Coach saying, you know what, talk to Anant in this way, talk to Nathalie in this way, because that is what will get them motivated to act and do better for you.
Correct. Thank you. I think I love the synergy that I'm hearing, right? Because you have here, Coach Chot is building the skill in the individual who will administer and facilitate.
Yeah.
The platform that you have, Anant, allows for that synergy to happen in a very scientific manner, because you have the data right in front of you. It's in your fingertips.